Say hi.
Hi.
Hey everybody, Lauren here with Evelyn, and we are starting off our first week of our video series all about how to conquer the school year. And for the next 4 weeks, there'll be separate topics about how to kind of prepare you and your family and your little ones for the school year to kind of make it a more impactful and a smoother transition, because we all know that after the chaos of summer, it can take a while to kind of get into a routine and settle down. So my hope is sharing some tips and wisdoms about essential oils and different things that you can use them for will help make the transition smoother. So for our first week, we're going to be talking all about focus and concentration and a little bit of hyperactivity. So really excited to get started with you guys. All right, so first up, let's just talk about hyperactivity, and Evelyn's gonna kind of be my little like demo and whatnot, and she's gonna kind of like help me out and things like that. So if you have a kid that tends to be a little bit more hyperactive, bouncing off the walls, has a hard time sitting down, focusing, things like that, there are 2 oils that you can use with them. So the first one is our grounding blend. It's called Balance. And what I like to do with this, can you see your feet? I just like to dab it on my finger, and then you want to use the middle toe. The middle toe is directly linked to the brain. Can I see your other foot? Thank you. Just rub it on their toe. Middle toe is directly linked to the brain. Okay, so that's like a really good spot for you to kind of put balance down. And then I like to also use Serenity, which is our restful blend. And you can apply this, turn around a little bit, to the base of their neck. You want to do the base of the neck because it is a direct link into your brain stem, so it kind of gets into there faster. So these will kind of help settle your child if your child tends to struggle a little bit with hyperactivity, are just those 2. So they're not even full drops. I'm literally touching the top of the cap and then applying those. You can apply those before they go to school. You can apply them when they're coming home and having to sit down and do homework. For us, we homeschool right now, so I can apply that when we're getting ready to switch gears and kind of sit down and do that. The grounding blend is made up of a lot of wood oils, so it kind of helps you level out, calm down, ground yourself so that you're able to kind of sit there and focus, whereas the restful blend kind of soothes, calms, makes you a little sleepy sometimes. It depends on the kid and how they kind of react. But if they're kind of bouncing around a million things or having a hard time, it's really good for them to use. So next up, please don't sing. Next up, we have concentration. What you can use with concentration is vetiver. It's a very strong oil and it's very syrupy. It's kind of hard to get out of the bottle. And so what I like to do is also put this one on the bottom of their toe too. Can I see your feet? Middle toe again, right? Direct link into their brain. It's a little syrupy. Okay, and you'll notice that I'm not diluting them on Evelyn because I have tested Evelyn for oils before and she doesn't currently have a skin sensitivity to them. If you're a little leery about putting undiluted oils on your kid, by all means, please dilute them. My favorite for applying directly to the skin in cases like this is to use fractionated coconut oil. It absorbs very quickly. It's not super sticky. It doesn't take a long time to kind of spread it around, and you can always do that as well. So always use your best judgment with that. Another thing that you can do with vetiver to improve concentration is you can apply it to your collarbone before your kids go to school, and then as your kid's body heat heats it up, it will actually act as a natural diffuser so that your child can continue to smell it throughout the day. Or you could apply it like to the top of your hand. So as your kid's like sitting there, like if they write with their right hand, they could smell the top of their left hand throughout the day, because it'll linger there for a really long time. If your kid doesn't like the smell of vetiver, do you like this? You do like it? Okay. You could always mix it with a citrus. I prefer wild orange for this. And you can just dab a little bit right over top of where you did the vetiver. Smell? You like that one? Okay. So you can always do that as well if they don't like the smell of vetiver. Citrus is going to naturally be uplifting. It's going to help wake them up. And so the vetiver will help with that concentration and focus. And then the wild orange will help kind of wake them up, especially if they kind of ebb and flow throughout the day, like with school and that sort of thing. So next, hi Bruno. So next with focus or memory, I have 3 different oils for you guys, or 3 different mixes per se. So the first one would be for you to mix frankincense, wild orange, or peppermint. Okay, so frankincense and then your preference, wild orange or peppermint. And then what you want to do is you actually want to inhale this. So I'm going to show you guys how to do a really easy inhale. I'm not even doing a full drop. I'm just dropping the bottom of the bottle into my palm. And then you're going to rub them together. You're going to make like a cup, cover your nose and or your mouth or both, and inhale deeply. You want to do that 3 times. Try for me. Do you like it? You like it? Okay. So that's a really easy way to kind of improve your focus for your memory retention. Inhalation is an excellent way to do that. It is, our olfactory system is the most underutilized system in our body. We actually get rid of more toxins in our body through breathing than we do with any, please don't do that, not on video, okay? 2, or you're gonna have to go in your room. Thank you. We actually get rid of more toxins in our body through breathing than we do with any of our other organs. You actually get rid of 70% of the toxins that are present in your body through breathing. And so using inhalation to get directly into your olfactory system is an excellent way for you to kind of drown out any sort of like brain fog, memory loss, any of that kind of stuff by creating a pattern interrupt, which you do through your sense of smell. And so allowing your brain to actually change course to be able to make those connections in order for you to focus more. The second one I have is that you can actually make your own roller bottle, but basically you'll want to take a roller bottle and then take 20 drops of wild orange and 20 drops of peppermint total, so 40 drops total into a roller bottle, and then top it with fractionated coconut oil. You can apply this to your temples, to your brainstem, the base of your neck. You can apply it across like your forehead. You could rub it in your palms and then do the inhalation, but it's a great way to kind of send that with your child to school if they're old enough to be able to use the essential oils in school. So typically this would be for a slightly older child, like higher end elementary school, middle school, that sort of thing, to kind of help them as well. It'll help kind of wake them up, help improve their focus so that they can retain more memory wise while they're sitting in their classroom, that sort of thing. The next one that I have for you is to use cedarwood, lavender, and vetiver. In a minute, okay? In a minute. Cedarwood, lavender, and vetiver, applying it to the base of your neck or your collarbone. 1 to 2 drops of each. You can mix it together in your palms and then just kind of rub it around, apply it that way. Really great to kind of improve your overall focus and things. So you could do this to your kids before they go off to school. You could do it before homework. If your kids are old enough and they can apply oils to themselves, please don't twist me, then you can also do that. Would you like to say something really quick?
Hi, my name is Evelyn and I am 4 years old. So I got my face painted at the picnic and I played in the little bouncy house in the little bouncy house, and I was just standing at the big bouncy house, just staring at the kids, and we just got a new dog dropped off. His name's Bruno.
He's not ours. We're just watching him. Okay, Mommy's gonna finish. Okay, that was a lovely story though. Thank you so much. Okay, so as we kind of move in from focus into actually helping memory, right? We need to retain that information for things like testing, for quizzes, end of the year exams, things like that, right? We want to kind of improve the memory so we're not just kind of learning to take the test and then dumping, right? Thyme is a wonderful oil for this. You can inhale it directly from like your palms. Smell? You like that one? You can use thyme, or you can apply it to the base of your neck. I would recommend diluting this one. It tends to be a little bit stronger of an oil, specifically since it is an herb. But this will help kind of increase your alertness, your memory, and your brain health. Please don't repeat after me. That's enough. Last warning, and then you're going to go to your room while Mommy finishes the call. Thank you. All right, rosemary is usually the more common one that people typically tend to know about focus and concentration. Rosemary, you can apply this directly underneath your nose, so you could tap the inside of the bottle and swipe it underneath the nose. You could do it across the forehead, or you could diffuse it in a diffuser with something like wild orange or peppermint as well to kind of increase that memory and prevent any sort of like brain memory loss, or things like that. Basil is really good for a lot of things, but particularly for mental fatigue. So if you're kind of overstudying or you feel as though you've had too much information and you're having a hard time concentrating, you can breathe it in, diffuse it, or apply it across the forehead as well. Another really good one for that. And the reason why you want to do it like under your nose is because, remember, olfactory, you're inhaling it. Across the forehead, it's going to seep into and get into that brain chemistry so that way you can increase your memory, things of that nature. So that's kind of why with that. And then diffusing obviously is another way that you can take it inside. Please don't climb on things. I have 2 blends with you that do come in roller bottles that are already pre-diluted if you're kind of like, I just kind of need something that I can like grab and go. That's a little bit easier. Stop, please. The first one is Motivate. So this is our encouraging blend, and this is really, really good to diffuse. It does come in an actual like little 5 ml bottle that you can diffuse, or it comes pre-diluted already in a roller. And so you can apply this to the back of your neck, or you can roll it onto your temples. Also will help with memory. Please go to your room. Thank you. Thank you for your help. The other one that we have is specifically made for kids. If you're not familiar with our kids line, these are specifically formulated for kids for use between the ages of 4 to kind of 14. Obviously you can use them on younger than that, but you just kind of want to be present to make sure that they're using them appropriately. And then older, they just might need some extra doses or things, but they're already pre-diluted specifically for kids, and they're a little less strong compared to the adult blend, so compared to like the Motivate blend. But Thinker is really, really good. Thinker's for anything that you could possibly imagine related to memory, remember, to brain function, hyperactivity, if they get scared, if they get overwhelmed, if they get mental fatigue, anything that you could possibly think of in terms of brain health, Thinker is kind of the go-to for that. So you can apply this under the nose too, so swipe it across. You could apply it to the forehead, and then obviously up and down the spine are really popular too, so you can roll this on your kids before they go to school. Mommy's on a video right now.
A lot of time doing.
Mommy's on a video right now. This is Mommy's work. Please do not interrupt me again.
Okay. This time I'll leave you alone.
You can also do it like up and down the spine before they go to school, before they're going to start homework, any of that kind of stuff. The back of the neck as well is really good. And you can also apply this to the bottom of their feet. I like to kind of like kids lead the way with the kid blends and have them apply it kind of wherever they feel like they need it. If they're very anxious or they get easily overwhelmed when they're doing any sort of work, you can apply it directly to their chest here as well. So you're not just limited to things around the brain function. You can apply it here, all the way down the spine. And I like to literally lift their shirt up and run it all the way down the spine, usually once down and then once up, and kind of see how they do. If you guys have questions about any of these or how you guys can get any of them, please let me know. And I really hope that some of these were helpful for you, especially as we kind of move into the school season. Some of you guys may be in school yourself, so maybe this is helpful for you. I tend to get information overload with like mental fatigue and things like that. And so it's really important for me to have a diffuser running when I'm starting to kind of do schoolwork so that I can actually sit down and focus versus like wanting to open up another browser, scroll on Facebook, or answer emails, or do something other than actually take in the information that I need to. And then obviously now that we're homeschooling Evelyn, that's a long story. I need her to kind of sit down and focus as well, so that we can actually just kind of move through the simple activities that we have for her. And so it's really important for us to kind of make sure that we're maximizing that time, and also that we're continuing to have that memory of the things that she is learning, because I don't want to spend several months on numbers and then we take a break and we learn about science things and then we come back and she doesn't remember her numbers again, right? It's important for her to kind of have that memory carry over. And so these essential oils will kind of help elevate that to make it easier and to make it a smoother transition. So if you guys try any of these out, please let me know. I'd love to hear feedback on them, what worked for you, what didn't. Everybody's their own individual person, so what might work for one of your kids might not work for the other, what might work for you might not work for your kids, vice versa. And I love to kind of hear feedback and things like that. But I wanted to make sure that we at least hit on some pretty heavy points in terms of focus and concentration as we kind of move into the school year. So drop your questions and comments below. Let me know if this was helpful to you. And then I will see you guys next week, Wednesday, same time. And again, the videos will remain up in the group for the month of August, and then they will be taken down and we will start our new series in September. So fear not if you weren't able to join us live. They'll be up for a few weeks and then they'll come down when September starts. Have a great rest of your Wednesday and enjoy the rest of your week.